Alright, howdy y'all. Figure I'd give you a little bit of advice. If you got a throttle pedal that is not very responsive, what you can do is pick up one of these. Okay, it's a remanufactured throttle pedal, because what's happening is there's two sensors on the pedal assembly itself. There's the throttle position sensor and then the idle validation switch. And the idle validation switch is what goes wrong, and you can't really service it. I have the old part here that I just took off of the truck, 230,000 miles on it or so. So you can see the throttle position sensor sits up here. If you have an earlier model truck, it'll have these two separate plugs. This is the plug for the IVS. And you can see, it's that little thing right up in there. You can see it kind of clearly from the back. Right, this camera will focus. And what happens is, over time, this actually gets loose. So if I push the pedal in, you can't really see it too well, but that thing is moving independent of the base that it's mounted on. See if you can get a clearer picture. Also, you can see how loose that switch is when it moves. So that's the part that winds up sticking. And so long as that switch is on, so long as that's a closed circuit, the engine says don't do anything but idle. Doesn't matter what the throttle position sensor says, because maybe it'll get noise in the circuit sometimes and it needs to ignore that. So what you do is you pick yourself up one of those. It's about just under $200 shipped, but you can do what I did and buy it on PayPal with, buy it later. You get the financing. 6 months, you don't have to worry about the interest or whatever. But the new one works perfectly. So temporary fix you can try is get up in there and spray it out with some contact cleaner. Disconnect your electrical connections first and douse that sucker, and then wait overnight for it to dry and then reconnect before you go to start up. I did that and it worked for about 3 months or so, but then the problem came back real bad, so I had to finally bite the bullet, spend $200. Don't bother with the dealership. They'll charge you $400, and I wish I could show you the same parts side by side, but the metal housings are the same. The throttle position sensor is the same as OEM. It's a CTS branded switch, and the IVS is the same too. It's mounted in the same way, so in another 200-something thousand miles it'll come loose, but that ain't so bad. Alright, so hopefully this helps, and y'all can keep on trucking. Y'all have a good one.